Hey folks, welcome to another Hammond Collection review. Tonight we are looking at the Scutosaurus. Now this figure is a cool one in my opinion. It is just a generic species, so we have the generic Jurassic World logo. You can see on the back a really cool look at the Scutosaurus. No description for the dinosaur, unfortunately. It would be nice to maybe get a bio about the dinosaur's paleontological background if it's not in a film, but this one is heavily inspired by the classic Kenner Scutosaurus, and I for one am all for Hammond Collection giving us more super articulated dinosaur toys that are in the vein of Kenner, are in the vein of the Jurassic World games, as we've seen with the recently unveiled Troodon. Just anything that is gonna feel cool. I have to admit, that tail, really funny piece. That just looks really funny. I could use that with my Triceratops figure as a prop. If you get that joke, you get that joke. We get the same little slope packaging here. The figure looks to just be held in place by a single rubber band around its head. Bit of a weird placement for the rubber band, but that's okay. There we go. And I have to admit, straight off the bat, the tail is a little bit hard to get in, but once it's in, it's in. This is another smaller figure that I really like the look of. I've been really enjoying a lot of these smaller animals recently, so there's no surprise that I'm going to like this one as well. We will angle the camera in, take a closer look. Okay, so here you can see the Scutosaurus. And as you can see, it has got, I'm just going to brighten us up a little bit. As you can see, it has got a really cool paint pattern. This leg feels a little bit kind of locked in. I don't know if it is definitely the right leg piece. Okay, it's a little bit tricky to pose this guy. It's just quite an awkward animal anyway, where it is a quadruped. But you can see there's lots of browns for the actual patterning. You've then got kind of this olive green and a darker green, so across the board you get some really nice highlight colours on this figure. You can see there the spikes coming out the jaw. The eye is glass, it's buried in there quite extensively. If I get my torch on my phone, you can see the eye just there. We can bring it a bit closer. It does look good, but again, I still don't think the glass eyes are quite there. I do think just painting them would be better at this point. There is an interesting range of motion in this figure's head, as you can see there. That is quite cool. It's on like a ball, as you can see. We get underbelly paint on this figure, which is always cool to see. And all in all, I have to admit, I really like this one. I think if you got it in quite a kind of like forward moving pose, I think that's probably the best you're going to get from it. The joint there does feel a bit fused possibly, or a bit hard to get going. So you kind of, it's a hard figure to pose. It is a really hard figure to pose because these legs are so short in comparison to the forelimbs, but you can get some decent enough poses with it. It's not anything to write home about, but it's not awful. Now what I do like with this one is it does have the opening jaws. If we just get that in focus. And you can see the teeth again are little rubber teeth, so they do work really nicely. They look really good there. So all in all, the Scutosaurus, not really much else to say about it. It is a cool figure. That's the pose we want. There we go. There we go. It's a cool figure. It's not particularly poseable. You're pretty much just locked with the one pose. But I think as far as Hammond Collection figures go, it's got all the detail you would expect from it. You can see on the side just there, it looks really good. Like I say, it's got all the detail you'd expect. It's a pretty cool looking dinosaur. all in all, I'm really open to stuff like this joining the line anyway, so I'm quite happy with this one. I'm excited to see what other kind of Kenner stuff Mattel maybe take inspiration from in the future. So that has been it for this review, guys. I hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure to like, favourite and subscribe. And until the next video, take care and have a great week.